How we doing, people? How are we doing? You see the board? We're rocking that out. Fantastic. Let's get all this rocking and rolling. Fantastic. As everyone's getting on, everyone's like, yes, we are jumping on now. How are we all going, firstly, people? Rocking out the tunes. I want the internet. Please stay on. Please stay on. All right. Alright, how are we all going? I'm just going to, everyone is saying awesome stuff. How are we all going, guys? Everyone's about to get on. Yes, we are starting now. Everyone's like, what time is it? It is 8 o'clock. Let's get this rocking and rolling. So, this is going to be a powerhouse of a live teaching, and it comes to attention to myself that the biggest thing where most companies, most teams, network marketing teams, businesses, so on and so forth, a lot of the things that, obviously having a group of people, is there is no real leadership. There is no understanding of being able to understand what is the mechanism to keep humans together and how to be able to create exceptional results, yeah? Where most people are failing is that the person that is at the peak, the person that is at the top of the ship, yeah? That is your leader. Even normally you can say CEO, or people say boss. And the problem with that is, the person that is at the peak, at the top there, can't lead themselves. So organizations and working places are sometimes the worst thing that people are dreaded to where they're going to in life. So what I want to start with firstly, I want to go deep and strong with collective consciousness. Matty G and everyone, how are we going, guys? I'm going to be going strong with this. Where people are failing, even to be in one-on-one, even if it's like one-on-one, yeah? In a relationship, in understanding, if you're talking about a hierarchy, it is you're not understanding the mechanics of other humans. So if a clock didn't understand the mechanics of obviously the mechanics in the clock wouldn't work. You wouldn't be able to get that success. Trent, how you doing? So what I found during playing in teams, coaching teams, creating a huge network marketing company, creating other empires and so on and so forth, is understanding what makes people tick, what makes people happy, and how to have people on the same consciousness so you work as an effective machine. So you don't sit there and go, well, I'm going to force you to do that, and I'm going to put you in a position that you don't like, and I'm going to get you to do this, and I'm going to get you to do that. Even now, with a lot of people coming in and out of the organization, the way I lead, and even Matty's part of it, the way I lead Matty is, I will lead him to be better, to stand into his power, and he has a choice. He has a choice to go back and not grow, or he has a choice to stand in his power, and that doesn't just improve him working with me and the team and around the world, but that improves his family life and his personal being. So, group consciousness is a really interesting concept, because where a lot of people are going wrong is they are talking to another person instead of talking with. They are talking to another person instead of talking with. And what that means is that you want to firstly be able to lead and be able to inspire people, and obviously the way you want to, and I was talking to one of my good client, my really good clients, Gary, and a close friend, and he was saying to me, I said, so what do you want to be, how do you want to grow, how do you want to innovate? And he goes, I want a working place where people want to come and they are happy to come and they want to perform. They are proud of his creation as much as he is. And I said, that's exactly like me. So the way you do that, people, and the way you create amazing, amazing results producing activity or amazing results producing people, it is doing the same thing and having everyone programmed on the same energy with the same thought patterns on the same path that comes together like a finely tuned machine. So where most network marketing teams or leaders go wrong, it is that they aren't creating leaders. They aren't allowing others to stand in their own power. And then what happens is, hey, there you go, Gary, I was just speaking about you, man. And they don't allow people to stand in their power. And they basically, you get thrown in a situation, you're like, what do I do now? So that it's a numbers game. So it's a quantity instead of quality. And as Gary said to me today, and it was very honorable. So I said, what's next for you? And he's all about an innovator. He loves Steve Jobs. He loves creating. He loves, more importantly, to create an environment for people to flourish in. And I went, fuck, that's honorable. Yeah, because I can relate to that. Because that's the whole game, is that I want to create an environment where people can come and plant their seed. And through my knowledge, through my experience, that I can water them and they can grow. Then they can grow back and they can keep growing their forests and beautiful gardens. And they can blossom. And that's what it's about. But the way you're going to be able to grow this is making sure, not having toolbox meetings, not having meetings and talking to people, well, we're going to do this and our KPI is that, and you need to make sure you get this and the rest of it. That's going to go in one ear and out the other. You're creating more followers. You aren't creating powerful leaders. The way you create powerful leaders is you spend enough time with each individual person, what makes them, what fires them up, what burns that deep, that flame, that deep down in your belly, what drives you, what are your strengths, what do you know that your strengths are, what do you see, what role do you play, yeah? And that is creating leaders, and that's firstly bringing out all that amazing stuff and making that person feel important. Where does that happen in a workplace? Not many. Yeah, not many, if any. You know that song? Not many, if any. That rap song, guys, I'm sure you know it. It goes, how many niggas want to roll like this? Get it, I'll put it on later. I won't embarrass myself. Trent goes, one lit a fire under me, one showed me how to educate myself. Love you guys for it, they know who they are. Hey, thank you, bro. And I know that you've done all the work yourself. We keep showing up, man. You couldn't, you're the one that decided to get on. So I'm, truly, I'm truly blessed to be in your journey. So this is where it's at. Some organizations are good, some are bad, some are okay, and some are exceptional. The organizations are exceptional that this person here, the CEO, the boss, the founder, the leader, is exceptional because he has exceptional intentions for his people. That's any great leader. So a great leader, you know, that looks after himself is how he looks after the people. How he looks after, if you say workers or other leaders, let's be honest, they are workers. Let's call them leaders. I like to call them leaders. You guys call them, workers. And Maddie goes, and is that like respecting other people's model of the world? Yes, and it's that as well. People's model of the world and where they're at is an understanding of, look, you have to be, with that, Maddie, it's like a bit of a pendulum. Sometimes people's model of the world isn't serving the greater good. So someone can go, well, I made this decision because that's my model of the world. But then you have to look at it. Hold on a second. But your model of the world, at that perspective of how you looked at that situation, it could have been handled differently. And because people can use that as an excuse. Well, my model of the world is like this. But the thing is, I respect your model of the world, but I don't agree with it. What would help the ecology? What would help you? What would help me? What would help the greater good would be this. Yeah? So the thing is as well, there are a lot of people out there, if you allowed them to stay in their model of the world, their model of the world is uneducated. Their model of the world is lost. There's limiting beliefs. There's a lot of other things that come with that. So the way you empower other humans is by giving them light, leading them with positive reinforcement, leading them with, with that understanding that they are doing, I call it exceptional expectation. What that means is that you're asking a lot of them, but there's a lot they can give. So it's not going, I don't want to get Bob to do whatever because, he might fuck up. Now, hold on a minute. And this is the thing. People are stimulated, great leaders are stimulated from challenge. Most humans that want to grow, I'll say most, are stimulated by challenge. So what I have found in my understanding, but I'll be honest with you guys, if there's CEO, bosses, people that run businesses, anybody, that's when you raise your standards and when you put that consciousness, that collective consciousness together, looks like this, yeah? Because you're gonna have people, say you've got people in your organization, all different roles, all different positions. And the thing is, everyone's gonna be vibrating at a different, at a different rate or a different frequency. Some people aren't going to be vibrating at all. Some people are going to have a really high frequency, because of, their belief system. They've done work on themselves. So some people's, so different vibrations, and you'll see that. You'll see energy up, energy down when you're around certain people as well, different vibrations. And that's okay. You can allow someone, if this person is, say, it doesn't have to be the CEO. Say this person, whoever, they've got a higher vibration because they've worked on themselves. They're really in tune with themselves. They're understanding, they're vibrating like life's fucking amazing. I'm so pumped. I work on myself. I'm just so excited about life. I'm ready to go. That's okay. That vibration can allow other people to rise. But what a collective consciousness is connecting all the dots. And the way you connect the dots, and this is a collective consciousness, it's a spider web. A collective consciousness looks like that, yeah? And the way a collective consciousness has that similarity is that you can't lead everyone the same, especially if it's a man or woman. Yeah, they've got history, they've got past conditioning. And this is the thing, everyone is conditioned from the past, yeah? Because the future, we haven't lived yet. Yes, we can forecast for the future, but it doesn't condition us to who we are now. So a collective consciousness looks like that. And the way you get that, and that becomes a finely tuned machine, that becomes the arms are moving, the legs are moving, and so on and so forth. And that can happen. Sometimes the brain can be, in unalignment. And that's because the logical brain and the creative brain, there's a conflict. So how you get a collective consciousness is by spending time with the individuals about bringing up their greatness. And then allowing everyone else in the team knowing the other person's strengths and letting that other person know about their strengths. And then that person knowing that they know about their strengths. And it's that mutual respect. But as a collective consciousness, you are constantly programming yourself for a higher purpose. Everyone else has their own separate vibration and has their own separate agenda and has their own separate life, yeah? And has their own separate adventure. But as a collective, as a team, as an organization, as a higher purpose, the way you have that collective consciousness is by taking the time out to do group routine meditations of having the same goal of where you're going. Understanding that people are humming, people are vibrating at the same vibration. And this is very, very powerful for families. This is very powerful for teams because you can sit up there and go, all right, team, you know what? Today, we're going to talk about productivity. And the productivity is going to be blah, blah, blah. Do you know what I mean? And everyone's going to go, so get out your notepads and make sure you get that. And we need to fix this up and the rest of it. How do you think, if you were listening to that, how responsive you would be? Fucking none. You wouldn't be. As I was telling you, I was with Jaboa yesterday and we're going through, and I spoke about this in my live stream and to Gary, that 63%, where can I put this? I'll put it down here. 63% people in a workplace are disengaged. I'll just do DI, disengaged. 63%, yeah? 23 people are completely switched off. So this is stats, are completely, asleep. And what's that? The remaining, so 80, So the remaining 4% are active. That, for a business owner and a CEO, that 63 people are disengaged. Oh, do we have to be here? I'll do a little bit. Oh, well, you know, at 23% people are asleep. Do I have to come? They probably won't rock up. And then 4% of people are active. That's because when you're cracking the whip at slaves and the rest of that, that's just humans, yeah? I wouldn't, if people were leading me like that, I'd be disengaged as well. This is a scary stat. 21,000 reported. It's an epidemic worse than what's that word? Now forgot what it was. Asbestos. So 21,000 people reported the epidemic is worse than the asbestos affecting people in the workplace of causing workplace depression. Workplace depression. WPD. Workplace depression. 21,000 in 1 year. That's the reported. I want to ask you all a question. Do you speak to people that have jobs and they mostly complain about it? I fucking hate my job. Not everyone are about this. Some people are very blessed that they've been able to do something which, you know, feeds them, or been able to condition and adapt, which is fantastic. But you're a lot better than that. So don't settle for that. So the thing is, these workplaces, that's 21,000 reported. Let's say, you know, easily there's another 80,000 people depressed. Because if you say, I really believe 8 out of 10 people that are at a workplace suffer for some sort of depression, yeah? The reason why, business owners, listen to this. Because you lose your identity, you've got a different brand, you lose what you can dress, you lose where you have to stand, what time to go to the toilet, what time to get up, what you need to do, what you need to say, you lose yourself. So when you finish, you go, oh, I can be me again. I don't have to wear this. I'll take off this label. Oh my God, I can go to the toilet, I'm free. It's almost a paid prison, which it is. But more importantly, you lose your voice. You lose your identity. And that's because there is no such thing as collective consciousness. When people are a collective consciousness, they feel important. They feel happy. They feel that they have a place. They're contributing. I have a voice. I can speak up, yeah? And what happens if someone can speak up, if someone's happy, if someone feels like an individual leader within an organization? Do you think that they are going to be a great operator? Fucking oath. Do you know what I'm saying? So let me have a look at this. Great leaders lead with exceptional examples in all areas, raise your standards and vibration to make it happen. Exactly. And you're doing that, sister. 4% active people engaged in learning in the workplace is pretty horrific for business owners. Look to grow from with the business. And that, yeah, look, I'll actually give you the, I'll give you guys the resource that Jabal got that from. So obviously, you know, Jabal was creating some amazing understandings of her being in a workplace of that, you know, and her knowing and being so advanced and dealing with people that it is actually quite scary, you know. And her main goal is that she wants to empower people to say, you have rights. Your place of contribution, your current place of contribution, or your job, your journey of bankruptcy, not for all people, is that people lose themselves. And she felt that way. I felt that way as well. That was probably one of the biggest statistics, or the biggest stats, or the biggest reasons why I lost my identity and moved over to losing myself and depression and suicide, was going to a place where every day I lost myself, every day. Yeah? And you spend the majority of your life at that place losing yourself. Stand here, go there, you know, you're around people that you don't have a vibration with, you don't respect, that you don't get along with, energy vampires, negative. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we need to wake up to this, people. Yeah? Just let me move that. Getting 1,000 messages, people going, this is good shit. I know it's good shit. So, and then he goes, 100%. When you guys step into a supervisor role, etc., they grow leaps and bounds, are given responsibilities and trust. Exactly. That, remember, People people want to grow. People want to feel great. And let's go back to the group consciousness. So I know with any group or one-on-one, I know in any relationship or how you're going to relate. Yeah. So it comes down to TAR. TAR. True, authentic, relating. TAR, yeah? True, authentic, relating. And that was almost tripping over. So true, authentic, relating. What that means is how you are in your power and you can relate to others that empower you with every interaction. So if you can create that environment that every human at every interaction, they're not shut off. They're not made feel stupid. They are appreciated, they're loved. And this is in a relationship as well. This shit saves marriages, saves... We back? Just give me, Maddie, if you can rock that for me, bro. We all cool? Everyone can, we haven't paused, have we? We're ready to rock it? Yep, cool, awesome. So, when you can create an environment where people are speaking from their heart and they are feeling, thank you guys, thanks for keeping me accountable, I appreciate it. When people are speaking from the heart and they are feeling loved, they are feeling respected, they are feeling, you know what, I'm standing here and I've got something to give back. That is going to create an exceptional working environment that you can give that opportunity for someone to come in and stand there and go, well, you know what, this is where I'm at, this is our leader. And they're not going to get judged. They're not going to, thank you guys, they're not going to get judged. They're going to understand and go, hey, you know what, I have got something to give. Because that's not only going to create something amazing in your working space, that's also going to create amazing stuff in that person. So that person is going to be, you know, they're going to be confident enough to speak and share that with their partner and then their kids. Yeah, you know what I mean? You know, when most people walk around, you know, I was speaking to some amazing people today, and you know what? It's like you say to them, like, well, are you at your core, are you comfortable with yourself? And they go, no. And you know why. Doing this enough, you know why. And it's sad and it really hurts. And I've been there. And there's sometimes life, if you allow it, can knock you to your knees and you feel like you're not giving anything back, because the two spiritual needs are what? What are they, people? What are the two spiritual needs? The two spiritual needs are growth and contribution. Yeah? Nice and crooked. So that's what we need to understand. And firstly, that what you need to do is like any sporting team. You're going to have a great shooter in basketball. You're going to have a good rebounder. You have a good dribbler. Yeah, you're going to have someone that can spin good. You're going to have someone that's quick. You're going to have someone that's strong that can box out. Yeah, you're going to have someone that, you know, is a good slam dunker. So in a working environment, you need to know that. You know, it's like the A-Team or the Avengers. You've got Superman. He's strong, he's fast, he's everything. You got the Hulk, smash. You got Spider-Man, he's agile. You got Thor, boom. You got Wonder Woman, sexy and powerful. So all those things that you're looking at, that you need to know people's strengths. But more importantly, as a great leader, as a leader of group consciousness and collective consciousness, your duty is to bring out and glossify and magnify their strengths by allowing them to stand in their power, allowing them to show their strengths, allowing them to remember and believe what their strengths are. And at the same time, other people not focusing on, oh, that person's a dickhead, oh, you know, that person can't speak well, they don't spell, oh, you know what, this person's fucking hopeless. And that is what you get in a workplace. But imagine if you got this. oh my God, you know, Johnny's so good at that, and I see how he's, you know, he's so articulate, and you know, Mary, she's so good with, you know, this, and Bob's so fast with that. That's fantastic, you know. I'm so proud to be in this working environment because we've got such great stars, and this is fantastic, you know. So and so, you know, CEO, boss man, you know what you've created. I'm so proud to come to work because look what you've created. It's unlike anything else. Yeah? Now that is what I call a collective consciousness and a fucking sexy, working, growing, contributing environment. Yeah? Give some love hearts, give a clap for that because that is pretty cool. That gets me excited. If that doesn't get you excited, guys, you should turn it off. So that's what that's about. Understanding that. True authentic relating to each person, standing in their power, always growing and always giving contribution. So this is not just for, you know, where I see a lot of network marketing people become the same. They're just like a print. They're like a replica. The reason why network marketing is, it's about so it's always about, you know, that word, I'm going to get it right. Reciprocity, yeah? So you need to be able to replicate and be able to create and be able to help people. Thank you, guys. And what that means is you don't want to be template, like, come on, production line. No. You don't even talk about your product. You talk about you and how you're going to make others feel. You talk about how we're going to have a collective consciousness that I'm going to build that much belief, that much stature, that much conviction in you because, and then the rest of it comes along. You're going to feel empowered. That's what creates empires. That's what creates amazing network marketing companies because it's about networking, critical mass. Not, I'm going to bring people in and then they die and then they fade away. That's a waste and that's fraud. How you want to be able to grow people, to make them flourish, to make them, you know, be who they are and how they're going to get there is you are creating people that create their own empire, the ripple effect. You go somewhere else, create that. And understanding, looking over them as they grow, you are still leading them. They're creating leaders, yeah? It's basically like population. You create, they create. You create, they have more babies, so on and so forth. You know, obviously you want them to be, you know, great babies with great values and so on and so forth. But it's about leaders creating leaders to lead others. That is simply even in a relationship from one. But how do you do that? Do you do it by talking? Do you do it by doing home presentations? Do you do it by going to big seminars? That does a little bit, yeah? That's the icing. If you want to get to that true core, that leadership, that deep understanding, that goes down to here, yeah? That's your heart. How are you going to get heart-to-heart communication from heart to heart? I'm going to tell you how, and how you're going to bring out the best, yeah? So, by doing seminars and going and doing these big things and feeling, oh, that's fantastic, that's great, 5,000 people, yeah, I got some stuff. That's still going to give you about up here, yeah? You've still got some way to go. Yeah, you might do, you know, if you might go and have a coach or so on and so forth, they're going to get close to that. They're going to give you some more similarities. So, you know, you'll get down to there. Okay, cool. Yep, I'm understanding that. You know, there's still a gap. But where you're going to come from heart to heart with another human being is having a one-on-one. Is getting a one-on-one. Human to human. So by spending the time to be human to human, not check my link or come and look at that, you are going to spend the time to be present in the now. And don't get me wrong, some people have got 35,000 clients, and yes, when you get good, you can do this on a big scale. Tony Robbins does it on a big scale. You know, he's in a room of 5,000 people and it feels like he's speaking to you. And you're getting one-on-one with that person, and you are actually speaking one-on-one, finding out what's important to this person, finding out what isn't important, what fuels this person, what are their values, what are their beliefs, what drives them, what fuels them, how can I make you, how can I get you from here to there? Yeah, and you might need adjusting. They might think it's the right thing to get to there, and you might have a faster route. But getting to the heart center, getting to what fuels people is from heart to heart communication. And that's what we're doing right now tonight. That it's about energy, it's about conviction, it's about congruency, it's about integrity. That firstly, you have to put yourself through it. You have to know how to fuck up, and you have to know how to lead each other. But more importantly, how do you get into your heart? How would you want to be inspired? How would you not want to be inspired? Unfortunately, we know that quite well because we've been in workplaces with tools and managers that like to push instead of pulling you towards the goal. So the way you're going to get and be a great leader is firstly become a great leader within you, and being able to understand and be able to get to this place one-on-one with a person, be present in the now and communicate. The worst thing I find with humans is when you speak to them and give them that and they're not listening because they're stuck in their head. I think that is the most selfish thing, that one day you're just going to punch them in the face and they're going to go, what? When they're looking at the hospital ceiling, is because someone has just spoken to your heart. But you're too clouded and arrogant to fucking not listen, and someone that you actually inspire that has the results is giving that. It's like a loved one, that we get complacent. Your loved one is saying, giving you this love, and you're like a mosquito. Bzzz, bang. And that's what some people need. But obviously, being in a collective and growing and understanding that you can have a team of 1,000 people, yeah? And I remember in my network marketing team, it was about 3,500 to almost 4,000 or whatever in Australia. Obviously a lot in New Zealand, some overseas in Indonesia. Never did a home presentation. Obviously we had people in that at our, at the functions, at the seminars. But where you've been there, bro. Where you really need to understand with that is that you talk to people on a way that from heart to heart, and you are going to inspire them, lift them off of their seat so they just want to propel to where they want to go. So where great leaders will lead is when they understand how humans and how they're humans in their environment, how they function and how they don't. Stay away from the don't. Work on how they do. Work on connecting with the heart. Work on not for significance, making that person feel important. Making that person understand what they desire. Heart-to-heart communication is the key driver of success with building big teams. Exactly. And that's what it's about. Because in my immature days and in my days as growing as a coach and as a man, not being in my masculine, but not my divine masculine. Two big things. I've really been learning about divine masculine lately since I've come back from Bali, and I'm going to be holding some very powerful live streams about divine masculine and divine feminine. It's a lot different than just what you've been thinking, yeah? To be honest with you, divine masculine is not even on this planet yet. There's maybe a few breakouts of it. Divine feminine, yes. And that's why there's such a power shift, yeah? Because all the women are having to step up, to put on their pants, to go, I need to bring order back, then there needs to be that divine feminine. Unfortunately, our leaders are way away from that divine masculine, and it's scary. They are in boy toys, yeah? And there's a thing for this, boys with their toys. And that's a very low vibration of masculine. So, understanding to be able to get into that and to be able to make a person feel that way is spending enough time in a relationship, because everything is in their relationships, yeah? Everything is having that time to listen to that person. Heart to heart, human to human, be in now, be in the present, let's get this shit done, boom, yeah? Because most people are like, oh, yesterday and tomorrow, and they're not in the present. So where you're going to make $1 billion, $1 million organizations is firstly bringing in the people that know what you expect from them and what they expect from you, and being able to keep blowing up their heart space, yeah? Blow up their heart space, boom. Fill it up. And keep showing them what's possible. So through my clients, they're not part of the organization, but they're part of the family. So the tens of thousands of people that I've led is exactly like that. The people that get out of their heart, go into their head, or just drop into their ass, they're the ones that don't last. And that's okay, because you're putting your standards high. Yeah? And if people aren't keeping up, if people aren't putting up the work, that is called a BS filter, a bullshit filter. And that's the same as work. People can say, well, I'm here and I'm going to do that. I want to change. I want to be part of this. I want to fix this relationship. I want to fix this marriage. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. You keep your standards high, you will disqualify or qualify people in relationships, in marriages, in friendships, in working environments, in organizations, in any relating. You will even disqualify yourself. I want that. No, you don't. Where's the result? Blah, blah, blah. You have eternal conflict, yeah? And it's simple that, and I know that because anyone can lie. Anyone can talk shit, but results and energy don't lie. Always remember that. So tell the world nothing, show yourself everything, because no one needs to know what you're about. It's about you. You stand up being the person that you need to be, and then the world will catch up and they'll eventually know what you're on. Yeah, not the other way. Oh, whole world, I'm up to this, but I'm really broken. I don't know what I'm doing and I'm fucking all over the shop. They will notice that, yeah? Then you've got a bit of work to get out of it, because it only takes one thing to fuck up all your good work. It takes a long time for you to get that credibility to be seen, understood, and trusted. They're the biggest things as well. If you want to be a person of contribution, if you want to be, seen on social media, if you want to be a public figure, if you want to be something of influence, be seen, be understood, and then be trusted. That takes a long time to get, and it can easily be fucked up with one little thing, yeah? So, cool bananas. Any questions? Results and energies don't lie. So, tell me people, any questions? Any things that you want to go over? And then we'll keep rocking over. Going for a lot of paper. All right, as the questions are coming, if you want to have a empire that is a finely tuned machine, that everyone, that you feel comfortable, that you can go home at night, that you really need to be able to go, well, I'm comfortable with that. That's because you build such a communication and such a connection and a relationship with people in your organization that you can go away and you know that the people are standing at the forefront are that protected and have that much respect and have that much honor and appreciation for where they're working, that they are just as inspired or have as much conviction as you're the one that's created it. When you can, people go, how do you find those people? You don't find them. You lead them into them being that role. Because people are going to come in. Most people are lost. Most people don't know their own strengths or their own value or their own vibration or their own availability. I was about to say availability to ability. You know what availability means to ability is how much available, how much ability they have available. Yeah, I'm going crazy. So that's what you need to know, because people will go in and they doubt themselves. They limit themselves. So being an exceptional conscious leader of collective consciousness to people, to yourself and to the world is inspiring others to bring out the best in them, to be an influencer, because they don't know. Like the amazing thing that Gary was saying to me today, that he's a very intelligent man, very successful, fucking smashing it, father, rocking it. I said to him, like I was saying these things, yeah? And he comes to me and he goes, how do you come up with this, man? I wouldn't think about this. And it took me back 5 years ago, because I said the same thing to my coach. Hey coach, I'm not going to think about this stuff. I'm not going to say that. I can't write that. This is fucking going to be hard. There's that much of a gap. And that brought me to that, because it's not about that we're any smarter. It's not about anything. I've just been doing this a lot more. My consciousness is out here now. My awareness, my spunk for life, my go, get up and go. And you'll get there. I said, just keep going with it. You know, people, they think they're a good boxer and the rest of it, yeah, they throw a couple punches and the rest of it might feel there. But, some people don't know what they're doing. And the more you do it, the better you get at it, yeah? So that's what it's about. It doesn't need to be, I'm going to be like Mike Tyson, boom, boom. Just do it. Get into it and you'll smash it out. Because visualization, I'd think about something and go everywhere. I can't visualize. I can't do that. If you're saying you can't, you're ready there. Say, jump in it, take a go, boom, you do it. Yeah, it's like people with businesses. What happens if it fails? Is anyone going to find my stuff available? Is anyone going to want to pay money for what I do? I'm going to plan to get nowhere. No one will find it valuable, but your no value is someone's exceptional. You don't know. Put it out there, because that's the thing. You know, oh, there's not many people on my live stream, or I don't have any likes. You don't value your success for how many people are on there, how many likes, how many fucking views. That's a little guide, but that doesn't stop you from who you are, or that doesn't stop you from, geez, I better not do this, there's no one on there. You are successful and will be super successful when you are super successful. What that means is, cliche, when you are super, not when you believe, that word believe, fucking throw it out. When you're super successful, what that means, you are super successful. You breathe, you stand, you are, you be, that's it. When you're super successful every day, you get up, you go to the toilet super successful, you have sex super successful, you walk around super successful, you say super successful, sexy and right, yeah? You just fucking, you've got that energy. It's not arrogancy, it's you are super successful. When you stand in your power and say, hey, motherfuckers, I'm super successful, you're done. The more you can be in that, every action that you will do is going to be that. What is super successful? Super sexy, successful, same shit. What is super successful for you? For me and you can be different, yeah? That's how you have to stand. That's how you have to be a leader. But don't just, I'm not sure, is having the balance, having harmony. That you're going into an environment that if you were standing in front of you, you'd go, I want to be like that guy, or I trust that guy, or I trust that woman. Yeah, I want to be in their team. That's how you have to live every day. By going, if you were standing up in front of you, or you were seeing you walk into a room, would that motivate you to be the best version of you? Yeah? One thing I'm not, and one thing I don't want you to be, is stop being like these motherfucking pretenders that keep showing up. They're about this cosmic this and the rest of that, telling ladies that are single and about love and this fucking infinity this and what all this shit that they're saying to people just to feel their significance. It makes me sick, because when you have a higher consciousness, you can fucking see straight through it. Because when you talk to these people behind closed doors, and when you have a phone call with them, and when you test them, they're completely off track. They're completely fucking scared little mice, men and women, that are going up. And the scary thing is, these people some of them are CEOs. So they are creating empires on the backs of broken people. It's like, stand up, there's another person, stand up, and I'm going to get to the top of building my empire on the backs of broken, vulnerable people. You don't want them to go. No, hold on a minute. You stay down there. Oh, you're getting up. Hey, get back down. Yeah? You can't be higher than me. You stay down there. I'm ain't going to keep broken people. I don't want any strong warriors around me. No, fuck that. I don't want any leaders, because then it'll make me. Then you'll see that I'm not a leader. And that's out there. That's fucking everywhere. So wake up to that, people, yeah? And that's, I say that with love. There are too many pretenders out there. And that's straight up. And if it's rubbing you up the wrong way, think about why. So this is the thing I want to leave you guys with. How you are going to have an amazing, sexy, fucking sensual, enjoyable every day that you want to be a part of it, you want to exchange body fluids and the rest of it, organization, relationship, friendship, maybe not a friendship, depends who it was with, way you just want to melt into that person or people, that there is an energy, a bond that drives you like no other, is having a collective consciousness, yeah? And when one person's in the right consciousness, another person's in the right consciousness, this is what happens. So if you're all in a collective consciousness, this is how things get sexy. Without looking like scribble, what that is is when one person's in their power, a strong collective consciousness, they are going to lock energies with that other person. They are going to rise that person's energy. They're strong. They're going to lock energy with that other person. They're going to rise their energy, lock their energy, lock their energy. And before you know it, you've got this powerhouse of convicted, high vibrational leaders that are creating leaders. And whenever they drop themselves here, and there's the ripple effect, leader, everywhere. There you go. That's the ripple effect. You go there, you drop yourself, the ripple effect, and you start creating leaders, you start creating better children, you start creating better humans. More importantly, you start to create better energy and better fucking lifestyles and existences for us all. Be the change you want to see in the world, not the change that you want to see in others. Yeah? Because that's basically a reflection of you. So people, having that organization is having clear understandings of desired outcomes where people are, having goals, having benchmarks, having values and beliefs that people must stick to because that's where you're going. Trust, loyalty, respect, honor, and family. And that's what we stand by, the values at Team Beast Mode International. Any of them that you fall away from, there's going to be resistance. Not with me, but with yourself and the higher cause. Yeah, because people go, oh, but hold on a second. It has nothing to do with me. I used to get caught up with that. It's got everything to do with you. I'm still rock and rolling to the top. You can come. I'll chuck you on my back. Let's go to the top. Let's climb the ladder. But that's what it's about. It's simple. And I know that being part of some really powerful organizations, being part of some coaching, international. I won't say in Australia. I don't really find a coaching, a coaching institute or coaching team or coaching whatever environment. They've all been really pretty fucking poor in Australia. But in the States, being part of the Tony Robbins Platinum team or the Tony Robbins Platinum group, that you got some exceptional world-class leaders there. You need to keep running. You need to keep keeping your standards high. So why should they allow you in there if you're not growing, if you're not adding any value? People can go, geez, is it all about taking? Is it all about what you have to give back? No, it's about contributing. Why should you be in the starting five in basketball if you aren't adding any value? But I should be in here because, no, hold on. Not because you should. You have to keep your keep. Why should you be there? If some people are growing, they want to be a premiership team. They want to be a very effective organization. They want to be the #1 transformational space in Australia and around the world. Me and Matty G and the rest of the team. Then, how do you need to be that? By sitting on your ass, listening to a partner that is depressed, listening to other people that have shit results, being around energy vampires, feeling sorry for yourself, sleeping in, just doing enough. No fucking way. You need to make sure that when people are resting, you're training to be your best. Show up every day, be around the best, have energy, create the collective vibration, be a ripple effect, be a leader, and more importantly, own your shit in style. So that's a new hashtag. That's a new thing that's coming to us. Beast Mode Australia is called. We're going to be teaching people how to own their shit in style, and it's actually a trademark service. So that's something that's going to be coming to you guys, and it's got a little bit of a twist on it. It's called Own Your Shit in Style. That is being able to own your shit in a relationship, own your shit as a father, as a mother, in an organization, being a CEO. So that's something that we give a little bit of tongue in cheek. So that's going to be coming to you guys very shortly, because I've seen even people that, baristas, I've seen people that are CEOs. I've got some people that have got companies of 35, so like you've heard this, 3,500, my international, in all these different companies, he's got 16 companies and he's got over 11,000 staff, yeah? And you need to own your shit in style, because at the end of the day, people want to belong to an organization. People want to belong to an environment that, it's cool. Oh, my leader or the CEO is such a cool guy or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And, and the workers are fantastic. That's what you want to create. And that goes, face the fucking truth, that as well. FTFT is people understanding, face the fucking truth. And that's what we're all about. Here, have a look at the mirror. People like to blame. People like, you said a swearing. I want to turn it back, Look at the mirror, people. Face the fucking truth. FTFT. So that's what we're going to be bringing to you guys. Already going to be going to Gary's organization. A few mates around here. I go to work in a few different banks, nightclubs, promotions, so on and so forth, in gyms as well. We're going to be going into a lot of organizations and be able to create leaders to lead others. And that's what we're always about. Being able to, if you've got a network marketing team, we're going to be holding talks, obviously the workshops, we rock that out. And more importantly, people, we're going to be able to create that fucking in relationship with you. So you have an amazing relationship with you. You have amazing English lessons. You have another amazing relationship and relating aspect with another family, however big the family is, organizations and empires, creating legacies, yeah? And that's what it's about. So thank you for your time. Collective consciousness. Firstly, you need to collectively consciousness your own shit and make sure that you know where you're going, why you're going, how you're going to get there. Have enough energy. People want to be moved by vision. People want to be led by energy. People want to feel important. People want to feel like they're contributing. Work on people's strengths. Bring in their powers. Keep growing them. Blow up their heart space. Talk and connect, you know, basically from heart to heart center, and more importantly, own your shit in style. Take care. Have an amazing night. Thank you for your time. Matty G and everyone, love yous all. Have an amazing night. Check yous tomorrow. See you later.